The year is 33 AD. Outside the walls of Jerusalem, a carpenter turned prophet has just been executed by the Roman Empire. As far as the Roman governor Pontius Pilate is concerned, the Jesus problem is solved. Case closed. But in the humid back streets and crowded markets of the Mediterranean, something is breathing. It's a movement without a name, led by a group of fugitives who refuse to stop talking. They don't call themselves Christians. To the world, they are just a fringe sect of Judaism. To themselves, they are the way. But within 10 years, a sarcastic crowd in a distant city is going to give them a nickname that will change history forever. To understand the birth of the word, you have to look at Antioch. In the 1st century, Antioch was the Wild West of the Roman East, a melting pot of Greek intellectuals, Roman soldiers, and wealthy merchants. The people of Antioch had a reputation. They were notoriously snarky. They loved theater and giving people insulting nicknames. If you had a big nose or a weird walk in Antioch, the whole city would have a catchy, mean name for you by sunset. While the followers of Jesus stayed in Jerusalem, they were seen as a Jewish internal matter. But in Antioch, something weird happened. For the first time, Greeks and Romans, pagans, started joining the movement. The city looked at this group of Jews and Gentiles eating together, worshiping a crucified man, and they were confused. They couldn't call them Jews anymore. They needed a label. The locals looked at how often these people talked about their leader, the Christos, the Greek word for the anointed one. So they used a Roman linguistic trick. They took Christ and added the suffix "-enos". In the Roman world, adding "-enos" was how you identified a slave or a mindless fanboy. If you were a slave in the household of Caesar, you were a Caesariano. When the people of Antioch shouted "Christianos" in the streets, they weren't being respectful. They were mocking them. It was the 1st century equivalent of calling someone a fangirl or a cultist. They were saying, "Look at these little Christ, these slaves to a dead man." But the joke turned deadly. As the movement spread, the Roman government realized these Christians wouldn't burn incense to the emperor. Suddenly, the nickname became a legal category. By the late 1st century, being a Christian wasn't just a social embarrassment, it was a capital offense. In the Roman courts, governors like Pliny the Younger began a terrifying protocol. They didn't necessarily care what you believed, they cared what you called yourself. The trial was simple. The judge would ask, "Are you a Christian?" If you said yes, you were given 3 chances to take it back and curse the name of Christ. If you refused, you were led to the executioner. For the Romans, the name was a crime of the name. To claim the title Christian was to sign your own death warrant. For decades, the believers didn't use the name for themselves. But as the Roman Empire began these brutal persecutions, the slur started to feel like a badge of honor. The followers of the way did something brilliant. They reclaimed the name. If the world was going to kill them for being little Christ, they would wear that name with pride. By the year 110 AD, a bishop named Ignatius, ironically from that same city of Antioch, wrote the word Christianity for the first time in a letter. He didn't see it as a joke. He saw it as a global identity. The name Christian wasn't born in a cathedral. It was born in the dirt, coined by skeptics, and polished by the blood of martyrs. It is the most successful rebranding in human history. If you want to dive deeper into the gritty, hidden histories that shaped our world, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. We're uncovering the stories the history books usually skip. Don't miss the next one.